Admiral Vex of the Galactic Council sighed heavily as he reviewed the integration reports. Humans, the newest species to join the interstellar community, were proving problematic. Not hostile, just frustratingly inconsistent in their capabilities. "Another incident?" asked Commander Trell, his second-in-command. The tall, willowy alien's four eyes blinked in sequence, a gesture of curiosity. "Joint training exercise with the human squadron," Vex replied. "They're physically weaker than 90% of Council species. Their endurance is merely average, and their sensory capabilities are subpar at best." He gestured at the holographic report. "Yet they somehow managed to outperform the Etherian pilots in the defensive maneuver drills." "Impossible," Trell said. "Etherians have triple-lobed brains specifically evolved for spatial processing. Their neural response times are the fastest in the galaxy." Vex drummed his elongated fingers on the console. "Apparently not. We need to understand these contradictions before humans are fully integrated into Council forces." In Lab 7 of the Council, Science Division, Dr. Nix prepared the testing chamber. As the Council's leading xenobiologist, she'd been tasked with solving the human puzzle. The human subject, Lieutenant James, waited patiently. He was remarkably average, medium height, athletic but not exceptional, with unremarkable brown hair and eyes. Perfect for baseline testing. "This will be a simple reaction time assessment," Dr. Nix explained, her translator converting her harmonic speech into English. "When the stimulus appears, press the corresponding button." James nodded. "Got it." Dr. Nix activated the chamber and retreated to the observation room where her colleagues waited. "I've calibrated the test to progress from basic Council standards to Etherian elite levels," she explained. "The average Council citizen responds at 215 milliseconds, while Etherian pilots average 140 milliseconds. The first test began. A simple light flashed and James pressed the response button. 98 milliseconds, reported Dr. Lero, Nix's assistant. Better than average, but nothing extraordinary. The tests continued, gradually increasing in complexity. Multiple stimuli, pattern recognition, predictive responses. James performed consistently well, but not exceptionally so. "Let's move to the advanced protocols," Dr. Nix suggested. "Add the combat simulation parameters." The chamber reconfigured. Now James stood in a simulated cockpit, surrounded by holographic displays. "Begin evasive scenario," ordered Dr. Nix. The simulation erupted into chaos. Enemy fighters, missile, locks, environmental hazards. James's hands flew across the controls, his reactions becoming noticeably faster. "This can't be right," Dr. Lero muttered, checking the instruments. "He's averaging 110 milliseconds now." Dr. Nix frowned. "Increase difficulty. Add the Etherian combat modifiers." The simulation grew more intense, threats coming from all angles. James's reaction time didn't decline, it improved. "In milliseconds," Dr. Lero reported, voice cracking, with disbelief. That's faster than our theoretical maximum for any Council species." Dr. Nix stared through the observation window. James wasn't just handling the simulation. He was anticipating it, responding to threats before they fully manifested. "Shut it down," she ordered. "I need to report this immediately." Adaptive stress. Response, Dr. Nix explained to Admiral Vex and the assembled Council leadership. Humans evolved on a planet with large predators and significant environmental dangers. Their nervous systems developed a unique trait. Under perceived threat, their neural processing accelerates dramatically. "So they're faster when they're afraid?" Commander Trell asked. "Not precisely fear," Dr. Nix clarified. "It's a complex biochemical cascade they call adrenaline response. Their bodies flood with hormones that enhance neural transmission, muscular response, visual processing. Essentially, they temporarily overclock their entire system." Admiral Vex leaned forward. "But surely other species have similar mechanisms." "Yes, but human adaptation is uniquely specialized. Most species evolved either for sustained flight or direct combat. Humans evolved as persistence hunters, who also frequently needed to escape predators. Their stress response is optimized for rapid, complex decision-making under pressure. That Explains their inconsistent testing. Trell realized. Standard evaluations don't trigger this response. Dr. Nix nodded. In baseline conditions, humans are unremarkable, but in high-stakes situations, combat, emergencies, competitive environments, they transform. Their reaction capabilities can nearly double. This changes everything, Admiral, Vex said quietly. Our entire tactical doctrine assumes consistent performance metrics. There's more, Dr. Nix continued. Humans can train this response. Their soldiers and pilots deliberately practice under stress, refining their abilities. Lieutenant James isn't even exceptional by human standards. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. We've been underestimating them, Admiral Vex finally said. Not just their reaction time, but their potential. 2 weeks later, Lieutenant James sat in the mess hall with his squadron, both human and alien pilots sharing a meal. So you're saying they thought we were slow? Asked Lieutenant Miller, another human pilot. James shrugged. Apparently our baseline metrics weren't impressive. The Etherian pilot, Kraz, clicked his mandibles, their version of a laugh. And now they've created an entire new training protocol because of you. The Adaptive Response Initiative, nodded James. Joint Human Council, team specifically structured to leverage our complementary abilities, Miller grinned. From underestimated to essential in one lab test, Kraz extended a limb in the traditional gesture of respect. You humans have a saying I've recently learned. Never judge a species by their resting state. The humans exchanged glances. That's not actually a human saying, James admitted. It should be, Kraz replied, all 4 eyes blinking in sequence. It's a lesson the entire council is now learning.